Alright, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Derek did something stupid, I'm sure.
I started the cutscene.
Yeah.
Aye, that's all. Now, to my final task. Be back in a trice. There, mates. Fit to sail any sea. Now, Sora, one final inquiry. Is there any particular reason you wanted this ship?
No.
Yeah! To explore the seas. Free as the wind.
Good answer. You are a pirate. Captain Sora.
Yo, dibbly-dee.
But Jack, why do you keep saying final? Like you're leaving.
Ah,
Well, you see, I got into some legal troubles and now Disney doesn't want me back.
Except now they do. It's very confusing. He's made of crabs.
This you?
aye, the surrogate me. That the goddess of the sea sent here to help you lot.
What?
Of course, any me is still me. I may be duplicatable, but I'm always incomparable. The sea.
Well, that's
she
just
smiles
accurate.
upon us, Sora. Well, let's leave it at that, shall we? For now, the real me has a crucial engagement.
Davy
At
Jones?
Shipwreck Cove, where the pirate brethren will meet Beckett and his lot in battle to win back our freedom.
Then let us help.
No,
Oh.
it's for pirates to resolve, but not you.
No, that would be way too expensive to
You're
recreate.
as free as the wind now, and far you'll go.
Yeah, just like the movie. Just like the shaman girl. Just into crabs. Goodbye. Now we just need one of them to turn to the others and go, what?
So, Jack was showing us the way.
Even if you did get tricked.
Jack, he said it was the pirates' battle to fight.
So,
We were assisted by a crab jack and he still managed to fuck it up.
But a fight for pirates is a fight for us. Come on.
so
Let's find the real Jack.
from what I understood there, they were like, this is happening at the same time as the third movie, but we don't want to recreate the third movie because that would be too much movie.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, we don't want to recreate the giant battle with the whirlpool and the two ships and the rainstorm. That's a lot of time.
Nope, and here's the...
Oh, speaking of which, here it is. The trade offer that starts that battle. He better be standing in the bucket. Yes.
That's your favorite part of the movie?
Well, he can't go on land.
Yep.
He can only be on the on seawater.
You made a deal with me, Jack, to deliver the pirates. And here they are. Don't be bashful. Step up. Claim your reward.
Sparrow, your debt to me is still to be satisfied. 100 years in servitude aboard the Dutchman. As a start,
That debt was paid, mate.
you escaped.
I propose an exchange. Will leaves with us, and you can take Jack.
Done.
Undone.
Done.
Jack's one of the 9 pirate lords. You have no right.
King,
As you command, your news.
Scurvy blackguard!
Easy there, mate. You wouldn't want to damage the leverage now, would you?
Now.
Fucking sword with the ship.
Yeah, right.
Advise your brethren. You can fight, and all of you will die, or you cannot fight, in which case only most of you will die.
Sounds reasonable.
We will fight, and you will die.
Oh shit.
Stupid British Royal Navy and they're being superior.
And then they all died.
No, then America existed.
America! Fuck yeah! Hail to send the motherfucking day, yeah!
England was just like, our entire claim to fame is that we have the world's largest navy, and America was like, that's cute. And now they've never been a superpower threat ever again.
Dude. We can get more crabs to upgrade the ship.
Oh, finally. Let's just do that for fucking the next 7 hours.
Let me get this.
So what's ironic about this, right, is that we're going on a pirate adventure. For those unaware, I am playing through the Assassin's Creed franchise. Go check it out. Very good. But
Insert plug, insert plug.
but yeah, shameless plug, shameless plug. But Black Flag existed, right?
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was the game where they were just like, I don't want to make Assassin's Creed anymore. Let's just make a game about pirates. And then
That is my favorite shit.
and then the Assassin's Creed franchise turned to ass very quickly.
Oh yeah.
But because I'm trying to figure out how to play through every Assassin's Creed game, because it's fucking convoluted as shit.
Whoa, really?
Okay, you think Kingdom Hearts is fucking bad?
Oh yeah, no, Assassin's Creed is very
Assassin's
confusing.
Creed has lore games that released on multiple systems as well, including, but not limited
Mobile.
to, mobile service-based games, which means if they ever behold the server, then you just can never play it again. Which they've already done for one of them. So one of them's already out of the cards. It came out in like it came out for like Unity, right? It was like Assassin's Creed Unity's mobile like companion game.
I think I remember that.
But it had nothing to do with Unity. It was its own game and its own franchise, its own setting, with its own assassins and shit. But it was server based, and they shut down the servers to it like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, I think I
so
remember
now
that.
that's just like out of the question. Like that ain't playable. Ironically enough, the mobile game they released before that was Assassin's Creed Pirates, which was the companion game for Assassin's Creed 4, which for some godforsaken reason is still running. So I've been playing it to see like what it was about, right? To see if it was how playable it actually was, because maybe I'll record it, and I still don't know if I'm gonna record it because I gotta use an Android emulator to play the thing, because you can't download it from the Play Store. They fucking removed it from all existence like years ago.
But if you have it, you can still play it.
Get the API, if you can get the APK file, you can install it and then still play it, because apparently the servers were never shut down, and or maybe it doesn't need servers in the first place. It's unclear. Very fucking confusing and convoluted. But I'm playing it, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This game is, like, actually fucking good. This is actually fun to play. I'm very confused.
It's very strange when that shit happens.
So I went and looked it up, and I realized it's because it was a $15 game.
Ah.
That later they changed to a free-to-play game.
Because no one was buying it.
Because it ran its course. After, like, 1 year, they released DLC and made it free-to-play. Freemium.
That's pretty funny, though.
So I'm just like, well, that explains why this game is good and has like a solid story and like is actually fun and not like crap.
Whoa.
It's because it was an actual game you paid money for instead of a game that was designed solely to waste all your time and steal all your money.
Whoa, you're right. Whoa.
Which is what I can't say about the second game, which is probably why it's just gone forever.
Oh, yeah.
Because that entire game was just grinding shit out until you got items that then you could use to upgrade your character, a la fucking Mortal Kombat 11.
I hate that
Grind
shit.
forever and get stat boost for your character for this online competitive game. No, I refuse to play your game. No.
Yeah, fighting games that don't have just cosmetic stuff for a,
They're like, at least on that game, it is like, you know, not pay to win because you can grind it out, but like,
just buy the seasonal pass.
Just the fact that there's like stat boosting items and cosmetics in a fighting game is enough for me to be like, I don't want to play this.
Yeah, that's gross. You told me that, and I was like, I'm never gonna play that game ever.
Yeah, it's like, no thank you. I know there's like, I'm sure there's a mode that's just like shuts all that shit off, right?
Oh,
I'm
probably.
sure ranked doesn't let you use any of that, but like,
Probably, that tends to be the case with those type of
it's
games.
still really annoying that it's even there to begin with.
That's disgusting, though. But it's also the greatest thing ever.
I mean, I'm sure it is for their bank account. I'm sure that makes way more money than that game ever would have made if it didn't.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
I was, there was a guy who was doing a really solid breakdown on that, and they were just like, they're like, game sales and like overall revenue are two completely different subjects, right?
Yes.
He's like, this game, he's like, what was it, the Elden Ring game, right?
Oh, yeah.
The game that everyone gets hyped about every year. They're like, Elden Ring released, you know, a new game, and it sold like 2.5 million copies, and he's like, that's just barely like $2.5 billion. Meanwhile, Fortnite hasn't made a single sale on fucking the game, but with microtransactions, they're pulling in $1 billion every fucking year.
Yeah, I don't understand how Fortnite makes so much money.
It's because
it's garbage.
Well, yes, but it's because it harbingers on people who have a lot of money and are willing to blow that money on frivolous, stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, Fortnite just got sued.
Oh.
For
what?
being way too invasive. Like, absurdly invasive. Which is funny because I thought that many years ago, so the fact that they just finally came to this conclusion is just like, way to keep up with the legal system, doing a great job.
When you say invasive, give more context to those people who don't understand.
Invasive is in, like, the game will be loading, and then the minute you load out of the game and you can finally push buttons to, like, play the fucking game, they'll just throw a pop-up in your face the minute it stops loading, and now your buttons control that pop-up, and there's no check on if you want to actually purchase an item. So the game can start up, you can hit the fucking A button to jump right as you load in, a pop-up can appear and then charge you immediately for that, because it doesn't need to check if you actually want to purchase an item, because you already said you did want to purchase an item once before. So it doesn't have to check a second time.
So it normally, you know, there's the context of, hey, press A to continue or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's more of a, would you like to confirm this purchase?
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have that. They have it for the first purchase, but you don't need to confirm purchase after the second purchase via the rules of, like, most in-game purchases.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. It's very fucking annoying. I've fallen victim to that once, where I went to click something, it popped some shit up, I clicked it, I made the purchase for it, not with real money, because I don't give them credit card information, because I know they pull shit like this, but it used my in-game currency that I've been building up to buy something I didn't fucking want. Actually, it was Pokemon Go, I think, actually. I went to go, like, check the cosmetic item, and then it just was like, oh, but check the cosmetic item, you would buy the cosmetic item, right? And I'm like, I guess so. I guess I did.
I didn't want to, but I guess I did.
But I guess I did. Thanks. Like, literally the most thanks game.
And that's why I figured Pokemon Go was very predatory like that, too.
Pokemon Go is actually not even predatory. It's just the fucking, like, it doesn't have a check for if you want to purchase something.
Oh, that's gross.
which I find really fucking annoying.
That's really dumb.
Mainly is cosmetic stuff, right? Like, the actual store, I think, has checks of, like, hey, do you want to actually buy this? But that's for the actual store. Fucking the in-game stuff, which uses your real credit money, even though you can get it without spending real money, doesn't check. Like, you just go into the cosmetics, and then it's just like, oh, you fucking clicked slightly too low, you've bought this now, and it's like, cool. Cool game. Very fun.
Yeah, I was never... I never wanted to buy Pokemon Go, or even get into it.
That is free. So
I know
you
it's.
don't have
I
to
know
buy
it's.
it.
I know it's free. I never got into it,
Yeah.
and it's annoying because there's certain Pokemon that are now becoming exclusive to Pokemon Go.
Yeah, they started that all fucking with Metal, whatever his name
Metang, I
is.
think.
Metal Slugman.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, I could, get it, and words are difficult.
Yeah.
I could, do that and download it, but that's too much work. Then I need to go outside.
Yeah, I was like, it's not a game for Derek. Derek doesn't want to leave his house. It's not really a game for me either. I just happen to have friends that are like,
You wanna go play Pokemon
thing?
Go?
And I'm just like, I guess so.
Wanna go play Pokemon Go? Not really, but okay. But yeah.
It's a good system. So yeah, it's just weird that there's been so much pirate-related media for me in the last fucking 24 hours. It's like, it's just unbelievable amounts of pirate shit happening.
Yarr, har.
Meanwhile, Skull and Bones is coming out from Ubisoft, and that looks like it's going to be atrocious.
Hasn't it? I thought, that's been in development for years.
It's been in development since Black Flag, which came out in like 2014.
I remembered hearing about it, and I was just like, didn't that come out? I remember hearing about that like a couple months ago.
No, it's still not out. It's coming out in like a couple months. No, 2013.
Oh boy.
It's been in development since 2013. Which means it's close to being 10 years. And they've rebooted... They finally showed gameplay for it, like,
it's bad.
like several months ago, and it looks fucking atrocious.
Oh yeah.
And the irony is that, they rebooted that game twice, which means this is their third attempt, and they got this level of garbage out of it.
Oh yeah, I heard that it was really bad. And I was just like, oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And I'm just like... Because I'm just sitting there like, I don't like, all you needed to do was make Assassin's Creed, but with pirates. Like, you didn't need to try that hard. You just changed the story. That's it. Like, you don't make it about the Assassins and the Templars. You make it about fucking pirates, and then you just do what you did in Black Flag. It's not that complicated.
Didn't, I forget what it's called. There was a game, another pirate game that came out a couple years back.
Yeah.
And it turned out alright.
You're thinking of the Microsoft one, the one made by Rare.
Yeah. The one where you can go onto like islands and collect treasure chests.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the fucking game now, but yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly
it's,
what game you're talking about.
I always think it's that game, so that's why I'm like, oh, that game's out already.
No, that game came out like
years ago.
Years and years ago. When that game came out, that game was shit too. No one liked it.
Oh, yeah.
The game was ass, and then they just kept giving it free updates until eventually people conceded and were like, "Yeah, all right, it's playable
okay.
now.
It's okay.
it's playable, I guess." See, I always think about that because people are always. I'm sure you've heard of it too because it's so common. But the people are always like Assassin's Creed. People are always like Rare got bad because Microsoft bought them, and I'm just like, no, Rare was bad, and it was just a matter of time until people realized that they were bad.
Like Bethesda.
In fairness, Rare was good, but and you could argue the Microsoft purchase sped it up, but like. It was already gonna happen, and it's the three like main people behind the founding of Rare were all leaving pretty much around the same time as the acquisition, and you could argue they left because of the acquisition, but I'd argue they're the ones who sold it to Microsoft because they were still in charge, so they didn't need to do that if they really didn't want to leave. But
this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah. So
And
either way, they wanted to leave anyways.
People
so
don't seem to understand that.
Like, it was gonna get bad regardless. It also wasn't... They're also still not that bad. The main reason people think they're as bad as they are is because Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was bad. Therefore, all their games are bad. And I'm just like, it was literally one game.
So people have such a big problem with that game.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's just like, if you remove the fact that it was a Banjo-Kazooie game,
yeah, people
it was an okay game.
Liked it, yeah.
But
I mean, it was... The problem with Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is put at its simplest as, well, you see, they made it too big. Like, that's literally the entire problem. Like, you could have fixed almost all the problems in that game by just making the worlds smaller. Because the whole they were like, we wanted to make the biggest open world game we could, so we made it big. And then we realized it was hard to traverse, so we made cars and planes so that you could traverse it easier. And I'm like, or you could have just made it smaller, and then people would have liked it better because you can't make cars and boats in it.
Whoa, you're right.
Like, it would have solved the problem just as easily and would have been far better.
I love that logic, though.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, though, then they would have had to scrap the game that they made, and that's expensive, so they probably were not willing to do so when they could just bandage fix it with cars. The real problem with that game, by far, is, like, it feels, because they made it so big, and then they doubled down on how big it is with cars and shit, you very quickly realize how fucking empty the world is. Like, you're just wandering the plains and there's just, like, no NPCs, barely any enemies, and you're like, alright, this is weird.
I've seen that. I watched a little of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah.
And it was just like this just seems empty.
Yeah, no, it totally is. It's just not much going on. Okay,
where am I going? Yes!
I don't know, check your map, dude. Be a pirate.
Arr!
Yar har diddly dee. Being a
Going
pirate
to the
is
Pirates
already
Cove!
free.
The Pirates Cove! This way. We're going this way, Chris. Yar!
Oh, hey, another battle.
I call flames! Keep going, sir!
I call flames. Correction, you call Gatlet gun.
Gatling gun!
I just imagine that the developers were making this, they were just like, so what do you want to do for, like, the pirate one? And they were just like, let's make a battling pirate ships. And they were just like, alright, let's build an entirely new game and then just put it in this one.
That's what I'm like, why would you spend all the time doing that?
It's a rule, man. You can't make a pirate-themed level without making a pirate-based video game.
That's true.
But then you can also never follow up any of the mechanics you built with an actual pirate-based game. It's a rule. You literally just are not allowed
the law!
to. Like, Sly Cooper, excellent pirate gameplay, not allowed to make a pirate game.
No. Didn't they want to?
No.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't think they ever did. In fairness, theirs was probably the simplest, but, like, come on, man, you could have done it. They would have been fine. Catch the jellyfish. Amongst the rocks. Bring her behind the rugs. You're good. You're good. Keep going. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
Get your minds out of the gutter, guys. Hello.
You know what's... Dude, you just said that. You're just like, keep your mind out of the gutters, guys. And then I immediately had a, like, oh, there's something I wanted to bring up about that, but I don't remember what it was. Whoops. I'm sure it's not important.
Chris in the nutshell.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
My fucking ribcage.
Tell me more about your ribcage.
I'll tell you more about my ribcage on the next episode. We'll see you guys
Nice
then.
segue.
Peace.